Hi, everyone. Let me introduce you to Natalia Leshinskaia, who is my friend and my colleague. We used to work together, and now we work together as a part of a CPE preparation course. And Natasha has invited me to take part in an experiment. Natasha, I know that you have discovered a test which is used as a speaking test for C2 learners of Russian as a
Mhm.
foreign language. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you want to do with this experiment, how you found this test, and what do you expect to happen?
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for agreeing to take part in this small experiment of mine. Apparently, I came across this C2 level exam for people who learn Russian as a second language, and this particular one test speaking. And of course, organically, I got interested in what is being tested and how the whole test is supposed to be conducted and administered and assessed and so on. And I decided to conduct this small experiment. I translated the whole test from Russian into English. I didn't localize it. So it's still like very rooted, like embedded in Russian culture. So I think that it might give us some insights in, first of all, how different institutions design different tests, and the tests, basically all of the tests, and this test is based on CEFR. So it has the same kind of skills, speaking skills and sub skills and so on. So it would be interesting to see how these skills are tested. And also, I think that if there is someone who's learning Russian as a second language, they might be interested in what they're supposed to do once they reach this C2 level and how they are supposed to demonstrate their proficiency. Okay, why did you agree?
I was wondering, yeah. I was thinking about this thing as a teacher of English who, as a native speaker of Russian who teaches English as a foreign language, and I primarily do exam preparation and I prepare students for C1, C2 exams, like advanced and proficiency. And I was wondering how different this exam will be from those exams that I'm used to, those exams that I have taken myself as a student and those which I am preparing my students for. Because if you take CPE, for example, C2 exam of English, it's an exam that you take with a partner. So there are two of you being tested and you get 14 minutes, both of you. And here you have 48 minutes. And judging from the instructions that you sent me, I haven't seen the task. I've just seen the descriptions of things that I would be required to do without any specific information. It is going to be very different. And I wonder if it gives a wider, a better understanding of the language command that the person has, and also to see what aspects of it are, what aspects of the language are being tested. And one more thing, my personal interest lies in exam preparation and then exam speaking part of the exam as well. And I want to see how easy it is to administer and run this exam and then maybe assess it. I wonder if it's any different to those exams which I'm used to.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So let's start.
Let's jump into it.
Tasks 1 to 4. Please read the instructions and let me know if you have any questions.
So I just basically need to respond to whatever they're saying, right?
Yes.
10 seconds to respond to each prompt. You will hear each prompt twice. So first I listen to it 2 times and then I respond, right?
You listen once.
And what about this? Oh, yes, once. Sorry. I'm struggling already. All right, 1 minute to complete the task. All of them. Yeah, I guess all of them because I have 10 seconds to respond, which means that I have 10 seconds of thinking time.
No, you need to speak. The moment I pronounce the sentence, you need to come up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ready? Don't be nervous. Okay.
The names of the world mild. Oh, goodness.
Ready?
Okay.
Because I am, like, a tape recorder is ready. So, A. She can't accept even mild criticism of her work.
What? Oh, goodness. I need to disagree with that. Okay. She can put up with severe criticisms.
Okay.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
B. Winters in Siberia are mild.
Winters in Siberia are severe. They're harsh.
C. She prefers a mild chili sauce.
No, it's not true. She prefers spicy, hot chili sauce.
Okay. D. He's shy, mild sort of guy.
Sorry, come again?
He's a shy, mild sort of guy.
My internet dies off. Can you repeat it one more time? I swear, it's not because
He's shy, mild sort of a guy.
No, he isn't. He's a wild party animal.
Fair enough. Okay, moving on. Let's probably leave like your impressions for the feedback afterwards. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, good.
I feel terrified. It's gonna get more difficult progressively. Okay.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Tasks from 5 to 8.
Okay, 2 conversations. I'm gonna talk to you. I need to have 2 conversations with different people fulfilling the stated communicative goal preparation time. No, I need to speak for 4 minutes in general. You will have 20 seconds to think about what you're going to say. You have only 1 attempt. Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna introduce you to a situation. You read it carefully, and then you will see the communicative goals, I mean the tasks themselves that I need to complete. Ready?
You're traveling by train. It's autumn. You're very cold. The heating in your coach is not switched on. The train crew doesn't offer you tea or a blanket. You would like to ask the train crew to comply with the customer service regulations. Read the situation descriptions and the communicative intentions you need to express. First, talk to your coach conductor. After that, talk to the conductor in chief. Okay, 1 second. So it's cold. The heating isn't switched on. The train crew doesn't offer a tea blanket. So I need to ask them to compile with the customer service regulation. Okay. Yeah. So I need to sorry, quick question. So 2 minutes for each of them.
Right? You're gonna see the tasks now, Iuliia. Now
okay, I got you.
Get familiar with the situation. Is it clear?
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Ask the coach conductor to switch on the heating in your coach. Give them give you a tea blanket. That they switch on the heating. Give you ask and then demand, and then complain to the conductor about the poor train service. Be polite. Threaten the conductor in chief that you will file a complaint with the respective authorities. Okay.
20 seconds to prepare.
Okay. Goodness, poor foreigners taking this test. Okay, I hate arguing, but okay, I think I'm ready. Well, you will stop me after 2 minutes, so I.
No. I'm gonna respond to what you're saying, and then we'll move on to the next task.
Okay. Okay, shall I start?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hello, I am from the coach. Yeah, I'm from the coach number 7, and I was wondering if there is a problem with the heating system because I'm very, very cold.
Sorry, could you repeat the number of your compartment?
Yeah, it's numbers compartment number 3, coach 7. I am just dying. It's really, really cold, and I'm afraid I might fall sick. Is there a way you can switch on the heating, or maybe adjust it a little bit?
Yeah, lady, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do that. Unfortunately, the general heating is broken, and I don't think that we can fix it. I mean, you will have to wait for another couple of hours till we arrive at the next station.
Oh, that's a shame. Can you give me a cup of tea and a blanket at least to keep me warm?
Now I need to check the tickets of all the passengers, but in an hour I can get back to you with a blanket and a cup of tea.
Okay, I see. Is there something I can do to speed up the process? Maybe you can direct me to the place where blankets are stored so I can grab one, because I'm afraid I won't make it. 1 hour is too much.
Unfortunately not, sorry. And you're actually slowing down the process by talking to me right now. I really should get back to work.
I was wondering if there are some regulations on what temperature is acceptable, because I feel like this is in inhumane conditions to put your passengers into. I am afraid that I am afraid that this is something that may lead to you having no passengers to check tickets for, because we are all going to be frozen to our deaths. Is there a way we can make this, we can speed this process up a little bit?
I'm sorry, lady, but is it you like threatening me? I'm sorry, but I can't help you. I told you. I mean, there is nothing I can do about this. It's broken. I mean, I can't fix it. Obviously, you can see like I'm a conductor, not an engineer.
Okay. Uh, is there an engineer on board? Someone I can talk to about this one?
Oh, you can talk to the conductor in chief about your problem. Actually, again, like
All right.
I really should get back to work.
All right. Okay. How can I do that?
Oh, he's supposed to be in the like couch number 2. So please go
Okay.
there. You'll find him there.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now I'm walking to the second
Yeah.
dialogue, right? Okay. 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 Knock knock. Hi.
Oh, hello.
I would like to file a complaint about the heating system working, not working, and I wanted to complain about the poor train service because I am very cold and I have a long way to go. Is there a way for me to issue a complaint?
I'm sorry, but could you please specify what you're dissatisfied with? I'm not sure I got
Oh,
it.
yeah, sure. So, it is really cold. The heating system isn't working properly. Well, it's not working. And according to the conductor, it's broken. And there's no way we can fix that, which I feel is fundamentally wrong. I mean, there's no way we can, there's no way a train service company may expose their passengers to such treatment. It's bitterly cold, and to make matters worse, she refused to give me any blankets or a cup of tea just to keep me warm because she was busy. I get it, you have a lot of things to run and to check, but there's something that needs to be done. And I think that passengers' comfort should be the first priority of the train company.
Yeah, sure. So what you can do is to go on our website and find all the regulations, and there you can download the complaint form. Uh, you can fill it in and send it back. Our managers will get back to you in a 2-week time.
Okay, amazing. But is there something that can be done right now? I mean, I am cold right now. I can wait for a week or two, but there must be a way to solve the problem effectively right now.
Yeah, if you are like seller, mobile internet is not working at the moment, I can give you my password, like for my personal network, so that you can speed up the process of filing a complaint.
Is there a way we can switch on the heating?
Oh, actually, you can exchange places and get to. Just let me check. Maybe there are some free compartments. Yeah, there is a free compartment in couch number 5, so you can go there. The general heating is supposed to be working there.
Okay, okay. But, now, if my problem is satisfied, why would I threaten the conductor? Okay,
Yeah,
but or it's okay. I don't have to threaten them if I manage to solve my problem.
I think that you basically you have fulfilled that when you said that you're gonna file a complaint. I mean, you skipped
No,
the first.
okay, okay. I might review my legal options because I would like to get a refund. I shouldn't go through all of this, all of that process just to stay warm. This is something that is a basic need that the passenger expects to be met, or something like that. I would, if you continued, saying something like, no, there is no way we can do, there is nothing we can do, I would probably threaten reviewing my legal options right away. I would say something like, "Oh, not only will I file a complaint on your website, I'm also going to be contacting my lawyers or something of that sort." Oh goodness.
Yeah, that would be great. Actually, like my role as an examiner for this last task is like to actively listen to you, like actively.
Okay.
Listen.
So you don't have a script for that part as an examiner?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. But it doesn't give. Sorry, I'm just going to jump in from from examiner's perspective. But it's unfair to other candidates. I mean, if you give an examiner a relative freedom and you don't give them a script, they're going to use different language with different students. And sometimes I'm afraid that the examiner may not gauge the level, accurately and appropriately, thus resulting in risks of, undermining students' performance. I mean, if there is no script, that's quite risky.
Yeah, like the riskiest part about the whole thing is that the examiner is basically an assessor as well. So you need to perform two roles at the same time, and it's really like almost impossible if you have to speak to someone. So yeah,
it's impossible to do that even if you have the script. I mean, for Cambridge,
sure. And here you need to come up
with the script, which they need to follow word for word. They can't even say thank you when there is no thank you. I mean, in the script. So I don't know how they conduct it. I don't know how reliable the test results are. If you are the one who is assessing and then you are the one who is an interlocutor, it's quite challenging from the examiner's point of view.
From the examiner's perspective, surely. Like the script for the examiner, like for this particular task on the script, there is kind of like you need to say like no. Maybe what they ask you to do is just like say no, but I mean it will basically interrupt the flow of the conversation. Okay, let's move on.
Two speeches about the concept you choose. You need to explain the concept to two groups of listeners of different age and social status. Preparation time 5 minutes. You're going to speak for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes for two speeches, right?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
5 minutes to prepare. Clear? Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Responsibility conscious. Oh, cooperation. Goodness gracious. 6-year-old child has just done something wrong. A group of university students is a part of a lecture on ethics. Goodness.
Which concept did you choose? And I can start the timer then.
Okay, yeah. So it's time for me to think now, right? Do I need to tell what concept I need to choose, or I can think about it?
You can think about it, but like let's start the timer. Okay. Let's imagine, so the recording started.
I don't need like introduction. I'm going to talk to my 6-year-old sister now. I just jump into it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I've got a phone call from your teacher saying that you haven't done your homework. 6-year-olds. Oh, goodness. You are a smart kid, but how come you haven't completed it? I thought we checked it yesterday. What happened there? I was thinking about this thing, that this is something that you have to do because of this thing called responsibility. We all agree to do something, and all of us live in one big world where every person has their own task that they promise to fulfill. And if they don't do that, it's gonna ruin everything. People are gonna get upset, things are gonna get lost, the world will turn into it will be a big mess. So if we agree on something, and this is and if a task is a part of a job for you, I mean, it's a part of something that you're expected to do, please do that. You can ask for help. Imagine that I am responsible for cooking in our family. What if one day I choose not to cook? What happens if you come home after school? You're going to be very hungry, you're going to get very upset, and you're not going to get your food, and as a result you will feel that something isn't working right. Same thing goes for you. My job is to cook, your job is to do your homework. Let me know if you need your help, but this is how the world works. We all agree to do something, everyone has some sort of a task that they need to perform, and this is how it goes. Do I need to talk for more?
No, it's fine. Please go.
Thank you.
Let it be.
Okay. Ooh. Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be giving a talk about responsibility. Responsibility is a cognitive process and a personal quality which is attributed to highly functional human beings. This is a quality which is believed to be instilled in people through the educational process, through praise and criticisms, mainly by parents. And this social concept and the social construct of responsibility is has been around for millennia. Social groups earlier the earliest social groups and tribes of people were functioning properly due to cooperation and collaboration, where each member of the group was responsible for performing a certain task, and as a result of that they survived. So being responsible was equated to survival. If one group member chose not to perform the task for whatever reason they may have, it would imply potential crisis. And nowadays, responsibility is attributed to success. Although it's not a mean of survival, a lot of people believe that this quality is a prerequisite for reaching your goals, being climbing career ladder, getting whatever you have desired. So a lot of people seek for a responsible they seek for responsibility in their potential employee or partner. This is a quality which is highly regarded in our modern culture. You can see examples of that in films,
Thank
literature.
you. Thank you. Okay,
I
how are you?
I don't know which part I hated more. Probably the first one, speaking to a 6-year-old child.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wonder like what a lesson like or a classroom task practicing this type of activity might look like. I mean, and now we're all talking
well,
to.
probably some role plays. Oh, goodness. But this is actually great because I quote myself using the same linkers, the ones that I use whenever I'm speaking, because I'm more used to. This is a great task, actually, because it gives you some sort of a genre awareness. I usually, when I speak, I tend to be, I tend to use something more highbrow because I'm used to teaching higher levels and stuff like that. And then when you need to grade it down to a 6-year-old, I found it difficult. And when I was doing the second part of the task, I remembered that I used the same linkers. I mean, like as a result, as a consequence, for a 6-year-old, which would go above their head realistically. They wouldn't be able to trace that and then, follow that. And
Yeah,
I was thinking that it could be a great genre awareness exercise, which is not really, well, applicable for exam taking per se, but this is something that sets a good language user. I mean, a proficient language user from someone who is not. I mean, if you need to grade your language, this is a great one. And then I think it's awesome because it's gonna give you some food for thought in terms of comparing what language you used effectively. But it was very difficult. Choosing one task is insane.
yeah. I would agree with you, but I somehow would argue against like using these particular categories or groups of people. I mean, the lecture on ethics. This is challenging even for a native speaker and talking to a 6-year-old.
Right.
I mean, like differentiating, let's say, between like talking to your colleagues and talking to your friends would be nice. Talking to someone you know well and talking to a person you've met just like now. This is like one thing, but this is yeah. But this is a good thing, yeah, because it makes you aware of the register and of the style and of the vernacular that you use
Right.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay. You're going to talk to the examiner. You need to persuade them to change the written text they drafted. The text contains factual, logical, and etiquette mistakes. The mistakes are in bold. Good thing. Preparation time 5 minutes. You're going to speak for 6 minutes. Okay. And do I know? I mean, am I going to have more context? Like, what's the relationship between us? Or
Yeah, of course, of course.
okay.
Situation, yeah. Okay.
Okay, you are head of the firm. You are going to meet a delegation of academics from England. They do not speak Russian. Your subordinate prepared a tour for them. The program contains mistakes. You need to tell your subordinate why you need to talk to them. Um, Express your opinion on the program readiness, analyze the program, identifying mistakes, and give recommendations on how to improve the program. All right.
Okay. 5 minutes.
And then at 9:15. Is it because it's like too... What's the mistake there? Like it's not enough time to do that. It's not enough time to arrive there, or check-in is going to be later, or...
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess I think that yeah, it's because of the time. I mean, getting somewhere in 15-minute time is not an option in Moscow.
But then I was thinking about number 4. This is clearly, again, the same thing. So the issue... Okay, maybe I will just group them. All right. I think I'm ready.
Okay, let's start. So I'm just...
All right.
It is.
Okay. Hello, Natasha. I just got your email with the program for our delegation, and I was wondering if we can have a talk about it.
Yeah, sure. What do you think about it?
Generally, I think you did a great job, although there are a couple of things that I wanted us to work on just to make sure it's picture perfect. All right. So I was wondering if we could reschedule checking in the hotel for a bit later, because I have serious doubts if it's possible to get there in just 15 minutes, considering it's going to be pretty crowded. It's rush hour, 9 a.m. Everyone will be traveling back and forth. So can you change that and maybe check in on hotel receptionists and let them know that we will be arriving later?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, just I haven't thought about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. And I was thinking it could probably affect others, other time as well. I mean, probably we wouldn't have time to take a tour around the State Tretyakov Gallery, because we will probably be busy commuting from one place to another. So I was thinking if we could get rid of that and then just give them more free time, or maybe let them enjoy the bus tour around the Red Square. And I also think that 30 minutes around the gallery wouldn't suffice, so they wouldn't have enough time to see it all. So maybe we should take this 30 minutes that we dedicated to Tretyakov Gallery and use it for check-in.
Yeah. I think I could do that. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of food, I wanted to discuss the food situation. I am not sure we should take them to the dorm canteen. I've heard some reviews which are not very positive, and I want to make a good first impression. So breakfast is the first thing that they're going to experience here in Russia. What if we arrange breakfast in the hotel lobby or hotel restaurant, if they have any good places to eat nearby? I am sure they must have something there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna check it.
Is there a way? Yeah, we can check that and make sure that it's all good there.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll do.
And then McDonald's. Come on, let's try and change it for something more exquisite, more elaborate, something that is going to be associated with Russia. I know that there is a great restaurant, which is I mean, the prices there are quite light on the pocket, so we would stay within the reasonable budget limitations. But it's called Rybinka. Have you heard about this restaurant? I've heard some glowing reviews there. Let's go there for lunch.
To be honest, I haven't, and I'm a bit worried about our budget. I mean, we have some budget constraints. That's why I opted for having like lunch in McDonald's and breakfast in the dorm canteen.
Okay, I get you. Thank you for being proactive and taking our budget constraints into consideration. However, I think that we can carve out some extra money for a lunch in a different place, and we're getting rid of State Tretyakov Gallery, so we don't need to buy. We're going to save some money, so I think we can opt for something.
Makes sense.
something which is not McDonald's, because come on, it's not gonna we are gonna well, McDonald's is not something unique for Russia. Let's show them it's just one day tour. They need to have a great impression of that. And then I was thinking about the theater. I know that some people from there are avid fans of ballet, especially Professor Smith. He confessed his undenying love to ballet. I was wondering if we could find some tickets to some ballet performance for them.
Oh, okay. I think that they'll need some time to check that because it involves going to the website and
All right.
but yeah, I'll see what I can do. I hope it works out.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the work that you have done. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let me know. Can you please send the new version of the tour so I can confirm that this is the final draft and this is what we're going to
Surely.
do with
I'll
them.
run it by you,
Okay,
of course. Maybe I'll send it to
okay,
you
thank
tomorrow.
you.
Yeah, it will be fine.
Okay, yes, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any comments so far or moving on?
I like this task. It was cool. It was creative and it's a real communicative, purpose. I mean, I had to fulfill a task which is close to real life. I like this way more than the previous stuff.
Yeah. Okay. The last
cool.
one.
Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. Deliver a persuasive public speech. Defend your points during a short Q&A. You're going to talk for about 15 minutes, 5-7 minutes for your speech, and 6 to 7 minutes to answer the questions. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Youth Club, you're going to give a talk on radio on the following topics. The youth support healthy habits. 1. With songs we live now, let's make our city clean. Okay, maybe. You need to deliver a speech structuring it such a way that attracts new people to your organization and answer your listeners' questions. Okay.
7 minutes.
Okay, so preparation. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Hello, everyone. I'm talking to a recorder, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. No, you're gonna talk to me because I'm gonna ask you questions afterwards.
Okay, I get you.
This is like a radio.
Hello, everyone.
Show, yeah.
Okay, I get you. Hi, everyone. My name is Iuliia Kumicheva, and I am the founder of the organization, which is called Coming Clean. And we are a youth club which focuses mainly on making our city clean. And I'm going to tell you about our organization, tell you about things that we do, and share some ways that you can help us, because we are a cool organization. We are a non-profit organization, and we always welcome new people into our group. So let me tell you about how I founded the organization. It all started a couple of years ago when I stumbled upon one post on Instagram, which was about zero waste. Its clickbaity title caught my attention and sparked my interest. I started dwelling on the topic more and more. So it turns out there is a movement which is called Zero Waste, which is all about reducing the amount of waste that you produce to a minimum. And ideally, you want to eliminate it at all. But there are many things that you can do to minimize the harm and the amount of waste that you produce, because we all produce tons of waste. It's been calculated that every person is responsible for producing around about 200 kilograms of waste per year, which is a lot, and we are not capable of coping with all of that. So the only solution is to reduce that. I'm not going to tell you about how terrible it is and what dire consequences it may lead to. You know all of that. We are all aware of all the things. I just want to tell you about a couple of initiatives that we have started. So when it all started with me changing some little things around my life. For example, I opted for reusable metal straws instead of using plastic straws. I use recyclable glass cups instead of paper cups for takeaway coffee, textile bags, reusable food containers, you name it. I started making little steps, and I really believe that small contributions pave the way for success. And I believe in power of little things. You know, some people say, oh, it's just a drop in the ocean. Okay, so you now use a metal straw, so what's that? But I think that if all of us do little things, it's going to make it's going to make a world of difference. I like this quote a lot. This is something that inspired me to start the movement, which was, we don't need one person who is doing zero waste perfectly. We need a million people who do that imperfectly. And this is something that motivated me to invite more people to this movement. There were At first, it started with my friends. I just told them about this philosophy, and then they joined in the trend. And the more people I got enthusiastic about it, the more people joined us. So what we are doing right now, we all started with social media campaigning, because social media is a great platform that can amplify your voice, and it can make your concerns heard by other people. And we may leverage the true potential of social media. So we all started posting stuff online, kind of, shaping our own internet bubble, and bringing this information to people who were in our immediate following. So we would raise their public awareness. We still do that. And if you are a social media user, we're looking for social media ambassadors. If this is something that you're passionate about, you can join us, and then use this for a great cause, make our environment better. Second of all, we have started some campaigns. We are now working with local businesses, such as coffee shops or some cafes or restaurants. And we encouraged business owners through the process of long negotiation to give people who have reusable coffee cups or reusable containers a discount. And they now invite their customers to use more environmentally friendly alternatives. And as a result of that, we reduce the amount of waste on our streets. So there's fewer plastic cups and everything like that, plastic bags. And a lot of local businesses joined in because it gave them good publicity. Of course, you again may say that businesses are exploiting this cause for their own profit. But I see nothing wrong with that. It's great. If every local business, or if every business did the same thing, it would be really, really awesome. We are now running exchange programs, inviting some people from different cities and different countries to come and share their journey. So if you are interested in sharing your experience, or maybe practicing your language skills, you can come and join us on our monthly meetings. And of course, we are doing a lot of cleaning up campaigns, recycling and reusing rubbish that we find around the city. We do that every week, and it's usually a lot of fun, because we after having cleaned up the area, we usually enjoy a picnic and some great time. And it's amazing to be surrounded by like-minded people. We usually sing songs, take pictures, and again post it on social media, which is amazing. How much time do I have left?
Okay. No. That's more than enough. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask.
Okay, thank you.
Iuliia, thank you so much. It was really, really insightful. So I have a couple of questions. I mean, our audience have been texting us, and they seem really interested. So let's imagine that I'm a small business owner, like I run a coffee shop. What do I need to do to get in contact with you and to get involved in your events or initiatives?
First of all, thank you very much. It's awesome. The more businesses we have joining us, the better. And second of all, you can find me on all social media platforms imaginable. It's Come Clean, at Come Clean. So you can find me. I'll be there. and I will send you all the instructions. We have our own advertising posters that you can use in your coffee
Mhm.
shop, so you don't really need to design anything. So you can just post them, you can just put them around your coffee shop. They look really nice. We had professional designers on our team to create those, and they turned out to be amazing. This could be the first step, which doesn't really require anything else but just letting us bring this poster and hang it around, so to raise public awareness. And if you want to do more, like make a donation or
Mhm.
maybe join in our program, again, reach out to me and I will send you the instructions.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks so much. What I'm interested in like whether there are any regulations or rules that I need to comply with before I can become a member of your club and to take part in an initiative, because I can be, I don't know, I can produce plastic bags and want to be in there and want to have the label.
All right. We believe in fair trade, ethical business companies, but I know that sometimes our um, plastic habits run deep in our industrial world and capitalistic world, and you can't change overnight. You can't get rid of all the plastic in just a span of the seconds. We understand that,
Mhm.
and we again, coming back to what I've already said, I believe in little steps, little contributions. Even if you are a plastic bag manufacturer, I think there are ways and there are steps, tiny steps that you can take to minimize harm. And I will be more than welcome to help you and find a way to do that. A lot of environmental activists, they get a bad rap for being too aggressive.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are often associated with warriors who are fighting a losing battle against huge corporations. I see where they're coming from with this intention and with this emotional state. I can see it. It may feel like you are
Mhm.
fighting, but I believe in collaboration and cooperation. There is always something that you can do, no matter how small and insignificant it may seem.
Mhm. Yeah, so it seems like that you're affiliated with some consultants that can help
Right.
businesses like assess businesses and help them understand where they can cut costs or decrease the damage. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do have a bunch of non-profit organizations working with us, and they assist us with their expertise in terms of analyzing and assessing
Yeah,
business
yeah,
strategies. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much. And also, I mean, your speech about founding this organization is really impressive. What were the main challenges that you had to face and overcome on this journey?
The biggest challenge was plucking up my courage and talk about the things that
Mm.
matter to me, to my family and friends, because a lot of them thought that I went insane. Once you start investing your time, money, and energy into something which seemingly doesn't seem, which isn't seemingly important. I mean, it's not of vital importance for
Mhm,
me. I can
mhm,
still survive if people use plastic cups in the short run, right? But I was thinking it was very difficult for me to overcome this fear of making a fool out of myself publicly, talking to people, because there were a few people who turned away. I mean, those
mhm,
who
mhm,
didn't think that they could relate to that, and it's fine. Again, I can understand that. Another challenge was fighting with you know uh, as funny as that may seem, when we organize our cleaning campaigns, when we started organizing our cleaning campaigns, at first we had a small group of people, let's say 5 to 10 people, cleaning one area. We would have local authorities coming up to us and saying that this is not authorized with the government. Turns
mhm,
out there is a whole procedure you need to go through. Even if you want to make the city a better place, you still need to make sure that it compiles with anti what are they called, anti riot committee. But and another thing is COVID. A lot
Yeah,
of businesses nowadays, they are on the sand because of unstable financial situation. A lot of them are struggling, and they are no longer um, giving discounts is no longer a viable option. That's why they have to opt out of doing that, and it's painful to see. And I hope that everything goes back to normal, and there is sufficient governmental support for local businesses who really took the brunt of the pandemic.
okay, okay. So thank you very much.
You're
That's
welcome.
it with our with our speech and with the task itself. Okay, yeah. Congrats. Okay, you've done it. So, any thoughts? How are you feeling about the whole task and after it? So,
It's quite interesting to do that. I really enjoyed the last two tasks because they are very task based. I mean,
mhm.
and I took pleasure doing them. It's really interesting, and um I think that CPE could borrow such tasks. I think it's really cool, which gives you, it doesn't only test your speaking, but it also tests your ability to reason, to come up with ideas. I don't know if
Yeah.
I did a great job of doing these, but I enjoyed doing them. And I hated the task where you had to describe an abstract concept to someone. It was really tough, and I think I failed it. Were I to assess myself, I would say that this was the worst part for me, I mean, in terms of my performance. The
Mhm.
first one was a little bit confusing because I didn't really know how I am supposed to how am I supposed to disagree with that. But I think a couple of training, I think I got progressively better. But again, I think it was the one testing collocations, and
Yeah,
I don't think I did a good job of doing that. The first four. Um, the dialogue one, where you had to role play a conversation with a train
and conductor and like train
workers,
crew.
right? Yeah. I don't know if I enjoyed it, to be honest. I think it was difficult, although it is also, it has a real communicative purpose. It mimics a real life communicative situation. Um, and it tests some functional language, like of complaining or demanding, requesting, asking, and stuff like that. But I'm not so sure about the assessment of this task. How I was thinking about how I would
Mhm.
assess this one and the following tasks as well. How do you do that? How do you assess that? Especially the ones where there is input from the examiner, which is task 5 and task 11, right? Where I get the tasks where it's just me speaking, okay, it's fine. But if you think about input based tasks where the questions are not scripted, and I may turn the conversation whatever way imaginable,
Mhm.
how can an examiner grade their language appropriately? That's my thought there. So I like the last two tasks. I'm not so sure about the previous ones. What do you think?
Okay, talking about assessing, all the tasks, especially the ones where you're supposed to interact with examiners, are recorded. So I guess that they are assessed afterwards. So there might be some people
Uh-huh.
like listening to the tape and
Right.
assessing you according to some criteria. To be quite frank, I think that sometimes the test doesn't test what it has to, especially the first task where it is like the synonym, like the knowledge of antonyms and vocabulary is tested, not basically your speaking skills, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the idea that you have to interact with the examiner, um, yeah, seems a bit questionable for me because the examiner might direct the conversation in such a way that can
Mm-hmm.
either help you or kind of
Yeah,
interfere
it's
with
unfair
what you
to
want to
other
say. Yeah.
candidates. I was
Yes.
thinking about this reliability of the test. I mean, if one candidate comes in and you ask them easy questions, and then the other candidate comes in and you ask them more challenging questions, even without realizing that you have done that. So yeah.
Of course. Again, it might be spotted afterwards when the tape is like listened
But
to,
it's too
repeated, and
late.
so
I
on. But
mean,
yeah, it's too late. There is nothing basically that you can do about that. Yeah,
what
it's
can you do
true.
in retrospective about the
Yes.
performance of the candidate? So I don't know.
Of course.
About English course books, there
Mhm.
is no way you run into anything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
in conventional course books, okay, maybe you need to present something, okay, maybe you need to to do something which is more of an explanation or a dialogue.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
you think about activities which are dialogues basically, and which are aiming at solving a certain problem.
Yeah, and which also kind of push you to confront others and demand
Yeah,
something and
exactly.
threaten people. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with you. Though, again,
But by the way, is there always this conflict that you are facing in this part of the test, or it could be just asking for something, or just making sure that you follow? I mean, is there always this
yeah,
clash
yeah,
of
yeah,
interest?
yeah. I understand what
Always.
you're saying. To be quite frank, I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't found any other like C2 level speaking tests. But I think that there should be kind of a progression, because there is a progression introduced in this particular task. So you go from asking to threatening. So there might be some other, let's say, communicative purposes arranged
Maybe
to
you need to
dissuade your memory.
apologize or something like that.
Yes,
Or,
yes.
but again, thinking about traditional course books that you use for exam preparation, there's not much of functional language work.
I mean, it depends on the course book. I mean, maybe
Again,
not the ones
any
that,
course book that you take, any course book that's recommended for exam preparation.
yes, for example, I would agree with the point about the exam preparation, but maybe there are some course books. But yeah, this is like language for real life. I mean, if it is something, this
Yeah,
is a
exactly.
general. So, what do you think about this cultural
Right.
aspect? Because for me, it's something, I mean, we keep talking a lot about English as a global language in a way, and how it should be somehow viewed separately from the target, I mean, from the native culture and stuff like that,
Oh.
and like pushing people to learn it and to learn some cultural aspects through it,
Mhm.
is not a good thing. So,
I was thinking about the thing with the cultural aspect. So probably the task aiming at that, I mean, at testing this, was the task where I had to correct some mistakes. Yeah, etiquette mistakes,
mhm,
logical. I don't remember what the number of this task was. I think I would. I didn't do a good job of working on that one. The only thing was that gallery. It's too little of time to look through the whole gallery, and then it didn't cross my mind that it's not enough time to commute from the railway station to the hotel, because I don't know where they're located. Is it a part of a cultural aspect as well? If yes, I don't know if this is something that needs to be tested in the exam. Um, but I wonder if it's assessed. So they just highlight a certain thing, and then you need to find your way around reformulating it. They just simply indicate that this is something that you need to change. And I
mhm,
wonder if they look into the reasons why you changed that. I mean, did you change it because of the cultural aspect, or like I did with this play, I just changed it, I mean, content wise. I didn't really talk about the cultural aspect. I avoided it. I wonder if it's going to affect my performance. Generally, I think
mhm, mhm.
I
Uh,
don't think
Sorry,
that
I'm
you
just
need to
checking
include
it
that, to be
now.
honest.
What is assessed
Uh-huh.
for this particular task? It was like task 10, right?
Hmm. I don't think that you need to include that. I mean, on the other hand, the more you know about the cultures, the more you know about um, ways different
Mhm.
things are viewed across the world,
Yeah, yeah.
the easier
It's all
it's going to
about,
be for
yeah.
you.
I'm looking into it now. It's all about the communicative achievement. They don't say anything about
The factual
like any cultural
information, right? The
aspects.
content,
Yeah.
right?
So you
I
just
mean,
need to be
then fine.
polite. You need to express
Then fine.
criticism, and you need to, yeah,
Then include it. I mean, you might as
yeah.
well include these because they are not tested.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from the point of view like of a learner. But if to
Mhm.
look at it from the point of view of like how you prepare people and stuff like that, and what kind of mm, portrayal or image of the culture this test kind of puts forward, puts across, and like what is like Russia through this test. And if you think about it, it's going to be like Moscow, the
Right.
Tretyakov State Gallery, like poor service, and these are
Right.
my concerns. Yeah, it's like what kind of idea of culture is communicated through this particular test.
But if you think about it, the train cabin could be from anywhere. I mean, it doesn't specify that
Yes.
true cabin of RGD. rubbed you up the wrong way, go fight with them. No. So I was thinking, the more I think about cultural aspect, if anything, I think that we should teach our students to be able to communicate about their culture in a foreign language. I mean, if you are teaching Russian students, teach them about Russian culture via, using English as a medium of instructions. I mean, discuss
Mhm,
Russian
mhm.
poetry, Russian theaters with English. If you are teaching Chinese students, teach them something about Chinese cultures, so they know all the realia, and they know all the things that they experience there firsthand in Chinese. Teach them how to talk about that in English, because when I think about using English as a global
Mhm.
language, it's having someone coming from Russia and having someone coming from, let's say, France, coming together. Chances are they won't be discussing Liverpool or the way things are structured in England. They will probably compare and contrast things from their countries.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, do people who learn Russian as a foreign language talk about, I don't know, museums in Moscow or this kind of thing? So this
I think
test
they should.
basically like
Right.
puts people, like it presupposes that a
Right.
person will be living in Russia,
And
talking
will
to Russian
learn
people,
Russian
and
culture.
yeah, experiencing the problems and
Strange.
issues like that. It's a typical.
But this is a global trend. If you open any course book, there will be parts. Well, it's changing, but this is a trend where
Yes, yes,
you
of
learn
course.
English and you discuss British culture. You learn about British theaters, museums, and stuff like that,
Yeah, sure,
architecture.
sure.
But it's changing, and yes, I think this test reflects this trend that is there. It's not that it's not them who invented that, but I think that we should focus on people being able to talk about their own life in their own country, their culture, using English as the way to communicate the ideas across. And our goal as a teacher is to help them talk about what's relevant in their lives in proper English. That's the way I see it. But
Yeah, no,
again,
of
this,
course.
I wouldn't blame this test only. This is a trend that we are, I mean, experiencing as teachers of foreign language
Yeah, yeah.
globally.
I agree with you. Like, I don't expect this particular task to be in the vanguard of like
Right,
fighting, like this,
right, right.
like kind of obsession with some culture and cultural aspects, or fighting
Uh-huh.
against this kind of reinforcing one's culture through your language. I mean, that's not what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, of course, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, I mean, it reflects the reality, because still the majority of people learning Russia
Right.
will end up in Russia at some point, will spend some time in Russia, so we might find it.
Again, coming
Yeah.
up, what do you think of the tasks? What would you highlight as like a good task or not so good of a task in your personal opinion?
um I
What
don't
do you
know.
think?
um I think that the first, like the first group of tasks where you need to come up with an antonym, doesn't task speaking at all. I do like this task where you need to
I hate
confront
it.
somebody, but the thing is that
Uh-huh.
the person that you can confront is always and only your examiner, because you can't put two people who are being assessed under these
Right.
conditions and ask one person to like to confront another one. It's going to be too stressful for both of them, and I mean, no language learner obviously
This
doesn't have
situation
any.
of confronting someone, it is stressful on it on its own, and then
Yes,
taking into account that this is
I
under
felt
exam
stressed when
conditions.
you were confronting me, so I was like, what am I supposed to do?
It was
And I also think,
stressful.
yes, and I also think that I flunked it a bit. I mean, not flunked, but like I failed because what I had to do is just say like, no, sorry, no. But I somehow like got engaged into the conversation.
This is what
Probably,
I'm.
yeah.
This is what I meant when I said that you need a script as an examiner.
Yes, yes, because that's what might
It's
happen.
very difficult
Yeah.
to run this exam. I mean, terrible. But I think, speaking of my performance, I can help but assess it. I think if I made it to C2, I think I barely made it. I think it's more B2-ish, C1-ish. I don't think I did a good job, especially with the first task and the task where I was explaining stuff to
Mhm.
children. I feel good about the last one, the two last tasks. I think I did great there. Although I might change my opinion when I rewatch the recording. But the first task, the first four tasks and task 5 and task 6, I didn't enjoy, to be honest.
Okay. I do think that you did quite well. I think that you would score, like, you would get a high mark, you would score highly there. I think that if you actually put a person who's, it's difficult for me to understand what kind of language learner they had in mind when they were designing this, because it is challenging. It's not like a person who's like freshly C2. I mean, you need to have some experience of operating at a C2 level for quite a while before you can succeed in this task. Let's be honest. I mean, it's not like you got out of like the exams room taking C2 in English and then, I mean, no. You have to be proficient.
Right. No, it is very tough.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my teaching experience helping me completing some of the tasks, because as a teacher, you need to think about ways your discussion, places your discussion may spring to. And I think it helped me structure some of the parts. Although giving formal instructions like a formal lecture, it didn't help me there. And again, I don't know. I think it's quite a difficult task. A difficult test which requires preparation. I don't think you can do that without getting prepared, even if you are a very skilled user of the language. That's why I think that I think there is some room for improvement. I mean, in terms of my personal performance. Again, I don't think I showed like real C2. No.
Oh,
I'm not very
stop being like a perfectionist. It was really good.
No, I especially the first one, I
answers.
didn't really understand what I am supposed to do, and then giving instructions to a 6-year-old, I think I failed this one. But it was an interesting experience.
Have you ever talked to a 6-year-old in English? I mean,
no. Well, I have when they were my students.
Oh yeah. But you weren't explaining anything. I mean, curious.
I wasn't explaining responsibility to them for sure. Look, cat, dog, stand up.
That's okay. Thank you very much for taking part in this experiment. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very much for helping me fulfill my.
I wonder, you know what would be interesting? To get some sort of conclusions. What do you think this experiment taught us? From my point of view, maybe a written one, and then from your point of view. And we can attach them to our, so that could be something that we show in the end, our own impression of the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, that would be nice. I mean, after I like compile it and
all right
in the video we can do that and post it together with our thoughts. It will be quite interesting. Okay, Iuliia, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.